Now, let's take a closer look at the new executive mayor of Johannesburg and the challenges that lie ahead for him as the leader of South Africa's economic hub. To assist us with these questions, we are now joined by Professor Mazwe Majola, a leadership expert from the Worldwide Institute of Leadership and Development, and of course, Zarina Motala, a community facilitator from the Lenasia Action for Accountability. She will be joining us via our phone line. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us this evening here on The Late Edition. Perhaps let's start with you, Professor Mazwe. One would say that, when you continuously look at the musical chairs that play out in the city of Johannesburg, what do you make of it?
Yeah, good evening, Mbali. Thank you very much. We see unnecessary and unfortunate musical chairs indeed. Very chaotic, very stressful, confusion, instability. And we see leaders who are just full of themselves and who are jostling for positions. Coalition government as a system, there's nothing wrong with it, because it has been shown that it has worked in other areas, in other countries. But unfortunately, in South Africa, we have leaders that are not ready for this system. So it's not about the system, but it's about the actors, the leaders, the political leaders who are not matured enough to find one another, to compromise, to work for people and for communities and for service deliveries. Everything is just about themselves. So we congratulate Kabelo for this election, and we wish him all the best. However, given what has been happening, I wonder if he will last or if he will finish his term, because you can see they are very unreliable partners. While we are still continuing with what we've agreed upon, and there are some people who will be having Einstein's negotiations with opposition parties and other people, like a party like a PA. PA, unfortunately, is the one that is holding everyone because of its numbers. They needed those 8 seats from PA. But unfortunately, PA is a very unreliable partner. So I wonder if really Kabelo will finish his term. Secondly, I wonder if Kabelo will be able to lead, because he has been called upon to lead, in other words, to be in charge, not to be just a shadow leader or shadow mayor who's being told what to do by ANC and EFF and PA. So it's very important that the new mayor must assert himself, must establish himself, must show confidence or inspire confidence to the residents of Johannesburg, so that we can all see and we can all be confident and convinced that indeed we've got a mayor who's capable, who's competent, and who's confident, and who's able to take the city forward.
And Professor Mazwe, one would also ask, when it comes to these coalitions and these continuous musical chairs, what do we seem to not be getting right in this country, especially now zooming in to the city of Johannesburg? What is not working here?
So what is not working here, number one, is the system itself. As I've said, the coalition system itself. Why it's not working? Because the actors are not ready to participate in this system. Why? Because you have political parties who are full of egos, and it's more about self-enrichment and self-interest and self-serving. It's more about themselves. It's not about, they've not graduated and matured enough to come to a level when someone is a councillor, must know very well that I'm a councillor to serve my community. But unfortunately, in our country, a person becomes a councillor or a mayor or whatever political leader, and then it's more about himself. It's about position. It's about ego. So unfortunately, that's what's not working. And as to how it's going to take us until it works, I'm afraid I don't know. And I'm very, very worried about the 2024 national and provincial elections, because this chaos is what we're going to see there. And again, let me just add to this, Mbali. Now, there's been a precedence that has been set here, that a minority party like Al-Jama-ah, which really has 3 seats in the council, will take up a mayoral position over majority parties. I know that the ANC has produced its coalition framework last month, which states that the party with more seats must be the party that will lead the coalition. So I wonder if going to the national election 2024, whether these presidents want, because other parties, the small parties, will be saying to ANC and DA, and they say, look, I'm going to support you, but we are going to support you if we are going to make one of ours president or deputy president. What is going to happen? So we are going to see this chaotic. It's one thing for ANC to develop a framework, and it's one thing when the ANC desperately need the support of other minority parties. So in terms of the compromise and the negotiation, how far will they go? So you can see that really, as South African, we are not ready for coalitions. And we so wish that with a few months left, that our leaders could learn a lot and move with speed in terms of their transformation and in terms of their metamorphosis as far as leadership is concerned.
Professor Mazwe, when Thapelo Ahmed was the mayor in the city of Johannesburg, many complained that he was inexperienced, that there's no track record here of the work that he has done. And with the person who has been selected here, same party again, the Al-Jama-ah party, people are raising the same questions again, that you are selecting somebody who represents a smaller majority in a small party in the city of Johannesburg, and also that dynamic of the experience, it has not shifted here. You know, how does someone like this inspire confidence in the economic hub of the country when people say that, there is no experience? How will he lead this big city?
Absolutely doesn't have experience. That this is just a musical chairs, and it's like political parties or political leaders playing around with citizens' emotions and citizens' interest in this city. Because again, because of this compromise, then we are putting someone who's not experienced, who's not capable, who's not competent, who's not confident enough. Because unfortunately, you can, as Panyaza Lusufi said, that will strengthen his office, will put 3 advisors there. At the end of the day, a leader must lead. Advisors are people who must be SME, subject matter experts, who will be there just to advise on certain areas, but they are not there to lead the leader. The leader must lead his followers and lead his team members, and he will be expected to lead those advisors. So you can see that really it's like, let's compromise, because ANC and EFF, we don't find another when it's come to this. There's these intractable areas, and then PA is coming on other side here. Let's find someone as a compromise, but it's at the expense of Johannesburg citizens. When this person is unable he may be willing, but if he's unable to lead, of course, it's going to be in problems, or going to be in serious situation. So, unfortunately, as I'm saying, that if I was Kabelo's executive coach, I would say that you must stand up. You must show leadership now, because at the end of the day, the buck stops with the leader, not with the MEC. Of course, as he does have that advantage, because and credit to him, he has kept the same mayoral committee. So there will be some continuity there. There will be some stability there. However, those people must not lead the leader. You know, it's the mayor that must lead them. So that is why there are all these unanswered questions and these anxieties as to what is going to happen in Johannesburg. But we wish him, well, as I'm saying, that we wish him all the best. And you must know that great leaders emerge during crisis. So he must show up. He must rise up and rise into the occasion and say, look, I've been afforded this opportunity. It must go. It must not go in vain. And I will take up the chance, and I'll take up the privilege and the opportunity that has been afforded, and I will lead. And that is exactly what he must do.
And Professor Mazwe, it brings me to this issue that when we continue to see this change in the city of Johannesburg, like you said there, it impacts service delivery. As much as he has kept the Thapelo Ahmed's mayoral committee, somehow, somewhere, we continue to see residents in the city of Johannesburg, you know, cry out loud for service delivery.
And that is an advantage of an experienced, capable and competent leader, because when he takes over, immediately he changes things. Immediately he moves with speed, and you can see things happen. So now you have someone who might take about 6 months being appraised and orientated, and then inducted, taught certain things, is not aware of certain things. Because as I'm saying that, even those MEC, they're still reporting to him, and that is the one who must take what to call a decision. So it's up to him that really, now that he has been afforded this opportunity, he must grab it with both hands and then show Johannesburg citizens and the whole country that, look, when we are given an opportunity to lead, that you can lead with, or you can do it with everything, with all the might that you have, and then it's up to him now to rise into the occasion.
All right, then. Thank you very much. That is indeed Professor Mazwe Majola, a leadership expert from the Worldwide Institute of Leadership and Development there, just giving us his insights in terms of the new mayor that has been voted in Johannesburg, saying that the continuous musical chairs is very stressful and chaotic for any city.